Hey everyone, Rocker here. Today we will be talking about the A-1E Skyraider, serial number 52-132649. The Douglas AD/A1 Skyraider has a long and storied history in the U.S. Armed Forces. The A-1 Skyraider began its life in July of 1944 when the Douglas Aircraft Company responded to a request for a new long-range carrier-based dive bomber slash torpedo bomber to replace the aging Curtiss SB-2C Helldiver and Douglas SBD Dauntless dive bombers, as well as the Grumman TBF Avenger torpedo bomber. Designed by famed Douglas engineer Ed Heinemann, the first prototype XSB-2D-1 Skyraiders took flight on March 18, 1945, just 255 days after order, and naval evaluation began that April. The Skyraider used a Wright R-3350 duplex cyclone like those found on the B-29, which granted it the ability to carry large payloads for long distances and granted the plane a longer loiter time than contemporary jets just coming onto the scene. The Skyraider was optimized for attacking ground positions as well as ships, featuring armor over the engines and crew compartments as well as exceptional low-speed maneuverability. The Skyraider, now designated as an attacker, the AD-1, had an extensive production run of 3,180 aircraft produced from 1946 to 1957. Entering service in December of 1946, the plane came far too late for World War II service, but did see extensive use during Korea. There it made a name for itself, performing admirably as an attack aircraft for the Navy and Marine Corps, bringing its AN-M3 20mm cannons and 15 weapon hardpoints to bear on the enemy. One interesting mission of note during its time in Korea was the attack on Hwacheon Dam, which was the only use of torpedoes in the war, which took out the North Korean-controlled dam. The plane continued to serve until 1973, seeing use in other roles such as early warning and electronic warfare. The variant before you is an A-1E, the fifth major variant of the plane, which saw the addition of a two-seater side-by-side cockpit, as well as room in the back for up to 4 additional crew members or additional electronics depending on the mission. This specific plane, serial number 52-132649, was built in 1952 for the U.S. Navy. In 1963, it was turned over to the U.S. Air Force as an attacker. On March 10th of 1966, this plane, using call sign Sandy, was being flown by Major Bernard F. Fisher during a fire support mission in the Ah Shau Valley. His wingman, Major Dafford Myers, an A-1 pilot as well, had just gotten shot down and crash landed at a Special Forces airstrip under heavy fire. Major Fisher, upon learning that nearest rescue helicopter was 30 minutes away, quickly decided to rescue his wingman and landed his A-1 while also under heavy fire. Fisher taxied to the downed Major Myers while under covering fire from other Skyraiders. With the enemy only 200 yards away, Major Fisher loaded the downed airman into his second seat and flew him to safety. For his actions, Major Fisher was awarded the Medal of Honor, and the plane continued to be used until 1967 when it was taken to the Air Force Museum for preservation, and was later put on display in 1968. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation about the A-1 Skyraider, as well as this plane's specific history.